Hey guys, this is Rob with Vapor Street again. Just want to talk about for people trying to build coils, and they always kind of ask, and I see people asking, how do you know how many ohms it is, what kind of gauge the Canthal wire is, what's the resistance, and how many wraps you have to do to get the right amount of ohms or right amount of resistance for your tanks. And for some variable voltage and variable wattage mods, they only read from 1.2 on up, so you got to try to get it to that if you're doing a K-Fun or anything like that. So I found this app that I use for mine all the time to find out if I'm using 32 gauge. I want 1.5 ohm resistance. It tells me how many wraps it is, and some people might already seen this app, they might use it, but there's still people out there that kind of want to know. So like I say, we're gonna talk about it and see what it looks like and find out what the name is. But before I do that, I want to just remind that we still got that giveaway. It's only got one more day left, and I'll be naming who wins it. It's for that Phoenix Raven DCT tank, Raven Nest. Nice gold-plated Cardo tank. Still got one more day. We'll be announcing the winner tomorrow. But you got to make sure you subscribe. You got to win it. You got to subscribe and leave a comment, the reason why you want it. So anyway. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to that app that I was talking about. Anyway, it's for the Android. I don't know if they have it for the iOS, but they do got it for the Android, and that's what I got. And it's called Vapor's Toolbox. Let's pull it up here. Anyway, Vapor's Toolbox. There it is right there. You can see it. Anyway, it's an app you download off the Google Play Store. Anyway, we'll open it up. There it is. Yeah, so anyway, it's a nice little app. It tells you what size you do, the type of Canthal wire. See that? Got the type of Canthal wire, the coil type, the gauge of the wire, and you can put in what kind of resistance it is. So anyway, we'll tap on Canthal wire and see you got all the different Canthal wires. You got A's, the Nichrome coil, Nichrome 60, stuff like that. Nichrome 80. We'll back out of this. Then you got coil type. See that? You got coil type. So what you got is you got single, dual, quad, and triple. Back out of that. Then you got the gauge. What kind of gauge you're going to use. I don't know if you can see this real well, but you got, you can see all the different gauges. Goes 22 all the way to 36 gauge Canthal. See that? Tells you what the millimeter of it is. And then there's your target resistance right there. And then down here it'll tell you how long that the Canthal wire has to be, how many pieces, if you're doing dual or triple or anything. So let's say I want to do let's just do like a single coil at 30 gauge. and I want to make it 1.5 ohms. Hit enter. And see, now it says you should cut one piece of wire each to length of 2 1/16 inches. See that? I got single, 30 gauge, 1.5 ohm resistance, and then it tells me how long, one piece, and it tells you how long it should be. And then if you take it and you swipe it, it goes to the next page, and it'll tell you all the coil diameters, the length, leads, wire length, and then it'll tell you at the very bottom, it says your coil should use a 4 to 3 wrap, 4 over the top, 3 under wrap, to get as close as possible to your target. See that? Tells you how many wraps, 4 to 3 to get close to your target. That's 4 over the top, 4 over the top, and 3 in the bottom. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be 4. 4 over the top, 3 in the bottom. Alright. And then if you want to calculate watts using voltage and resistance, you just type in, like it says, volts and resistance, and it says you will be vaping at 9.13 watts with a 1.5 ohm resistance at 3.7 volts, 2.47 amps with these settings. You see that? Tells you 3 watts, and the voltage, it says 3.7 volts, 1.5 resistance, and it tells you how many amps you're going to be using, the watts, everything. Like I say, and then you can, anytime you can just change it all. So yeah, I mean, that's the app, Vapor's Toolbox, and you can get that on your Google Play Store if you got Android. And like I say, I don't have iOS, so I don't really know what you have for iOS. But surely they'll have some kind of app like that. I mean, if you type in, all I did typed in Vapors, you know, and it kind of gave me that was the only app that they had. So I'm glad they had an app, and I like I say, it gets you within a reasonable amount. I mean, if you put in 1.5, it says 4 to 3 wrap. It might be a little bit higher, it might be a little bit lower, but I mean, it gets you in the ballpark. So for people who are wanting to start building their own coils, for like, it don't matter if it's for your pro tanks, your dripper systems like this, K-funds, you know, any tank that you can rebuild your coil, that app will help you if you're just starting out and you don't know how many wraps for a dual coil, or how many wraps for a single, and the resistance you want. Because I mean, when I first started, I'd wrap the coil, and then I try to put it on like a variable voltage, like, you know, my Vamo or something, and I didn't have the right resistances and wouldn't read it. So I had to go back and just play with it and try to wrap another 1 or 2 more times to try to get more resistance so it'll read it. But like I say, if you download that app, you're wanting to build your coils, and you're just, even in pro tanks, like I say, pro tanks, K-funds, dripper systems, whatever you're wanting to build your coils in, and you don't know what the resistance can be, and you don't want to waste a bunch of wire trying to figure out how many wraps and how big the coil. It even tells you what the diameter should be, you know, for your wrap. So I mean, yeah, it's a good app. So yeah, I just figured I'd show you guys that for people who haven't ever seen that calculator before, and they kind of struggling with wasting wire. And I mean, you know, you're doing this to be cheap, you know, cheaper on you, and it'll help you out. Well, all right, like I say, don't forget the Raven Phoenix Raven Nest giveaway right here. Gold-plated DCT cartomizer tanks, about the size of a pro tank. Alright, till next time, thanks for watching.